Hey everyone, Kevin Henry, editor-in-chief for DrBicuspid.com here at Anaheim at the California Dental Association. We're at a Kuraray, dare I say, launch event where we've learned about a couple of great new products. Here with Dinesh from Kuraray as well as Dr. Richard Young. Dinesh, I'm going to start with you. We're talking about a couple of new products here. What is exciting to you about what we just heard about tonight?
Yeah, we are introducing this year at CDA new adhesive. It's called Clearfil Universal Bond Quick 2. We already have Clearfil Universal Bond Quick in the market, but this year we are upgrading it with great new features, Clearfil Universal Bond Quick 2. And with that, we are introducing a new composite, which is a flowable composite. Maybe Dr. Young can explain a little bit more why it's a different composite. It's called Clearfil Majesty ES Flow Universal. So we have two new products, and one bottle adhesive and a flowable composite.
And a lot of buzz you can hear in the background about this and about the product tonight. Dr. Young, hey, you just gave a presentation here and you talked about the one big problem with bonding. I'd love for you to tell our audience a little bit, what do you think that big problem is?
You know, going all the way back to probably 1986, 87, Ray Bertolotti was the guy that turned us and told us about Kuraray when I heard him in 85. And the thing that he would always say is read the directions of the bond. And if it says scrub 20 seconds, or go longer, but certainly don't go shorter. And in lecturing and talking to a lot of people about bonding, the average probably that we're coming up with in the world is between 5 and 8 seconds of scrub time on any bond. So I pinned down the chemists from some of the bonding companies and asked them, do you put in a fudge factor on your testing and your research for your bond strengths? And they go, absolutely not. When we say 20 seconds, we want 20 seconds or more. So for a lot of doctors, that seems like an eternity to them. Ray would always tell us, put an egg timer on, and my philosophy was, if it was going to cause you to go bankrupt for scrubbing 20 seconds, then you got a problem in your management. So I always scrub for 20 seconds. So this new bond that Dinesh will talk about a little bit, I'm sure, solves a lot of these issues where people just are not going to do it. And the instructions aren't difficult. Get it on the tooth.
Even I could do that. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Get it on the tooth.
All right, so Dinesh, I know, again, the time is such a factor here, and you guys have sliced it down to nothing, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So we have a special monomer that Kuraray is famous in inventing monomers. Of course, in adhesive dentistry, Kuraray, as you know, we invented MDP monomer. Most adhesives in the market, from big competitors to small competitors, they are using MDP. But we have in this bonding agent new monomer called amide monomer. It's a special monomer which eliminates your waiting time.
Okay.
That makes it that bonding agent, adhesive can penetrate fast, and dentists, they don't have to wait 20 seconds. So just you apply, rub it, and you can air blow and go to the next step. So what we are not just saying, oh, you used to use 20 seconds, now you can do it 5 seconds without no chemistry. There's a lot of development, a lot of research behind. We introduced a new chemistry with the amide monomers that you can cut off your waiting time. So it's an amide chemistry really makes your waiting time short.
Well, and you talk about the fudge factor with 0 time. That's a pretty good fudge factor right there. You don't have.
Well, I think the directions say 3 seconds, 3 to 5.
Actually, direction says there's no waiting time. But when we say, like, practically, as dentists we know, when you apply, it takes certain time for you to apply. So it's impossible to do it in 0 seconds. Ideally, I would love to say 0 seconds, but there's no way that you can apply it. So we think it might take 3 seconds for you to apply.
Say it, if you can get it on quicker than 3 seconds, I want to know.
So, you mentioned something else in the lecture that really struck out to me. You talked about the trust factor and how Kuraray really earned your trust. In some of the cases you showed with fragments and using tooth fragments to actually restore that tooth, it showed how you gained that trust and why you still have that trust for the Kuraray products.
Well, yeah, I'm one of the unusual ones because we were introduced to it in 85. And, that you could total etch and all of this. And we started with New Bond, which was the first product. And then, I never left the company. I just stayed with the bonds because we listened to Ray from 1985 to 2000. So we went through a lot of that era. And all I could say was that we never saw the failures that other people, like post-op sensitivity was not even, it wasn't even an issue. You thought, what? Post-op sensitivity? We figured out how to solve that with the bond and the way we applied our composites. So, to me, it was just a lot of trust and faith that the products they were making. A lot of people don't know the background of the company. It was a chemical company. I mean, it's, if you like golf balls and Clarino and leathers, they're bigger than people realize in dentistry. And if they can be in the NASCAR Hall of Fame for Vectran, they got to know something about adhesives, about a lot of things. So, yeah.
And Dinesh, that trust, part of the evolution of Kuraray, and this feels like this is that next step in the evolution, right?
That's correct. Especially now, Kuraray is a joint company in the manufacturing. We call Kuraray Noritake. So Kuraray, as Dr. Youngs mentioned, that it comes from great resin technology. A lot of our R&D chemists are coming from the Kuraray, big chemical company. That our chemists are coming from that with the chemical background, so they can really develop great materials. At the same time, Noritake is a ceramic inorganic company, so we have great katana line. Obviously, we want to push the borders. We will never stop here. So I think we are going to move forward. And next is come with the great inorganic, great zirconia products that can use with our adhesives for the dentists, that they can use it easily but produce the predictable results. At the end of the day, we all have same goal. We want to give the best to our patients.
Absolutely. And I love that look into the future. It's very cool. So, hey, we'll have more about these two great new products on drbicuspid.com. Make sure to check it out. But Dinesh, Dr. Young, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.